Okay, so guys, today I'm pulling out the shovels and pickaxes, and today I'm going to be building an underground brainrot vault right underneath my base in order to prank my friends. Pretty much, I'm just going to be moving all of my brainrots into a super secure vault underneath my base, and I'm going to be protecting them with traps, with a million lasers, with as many traps as you can possibly think of, and then I'm going to challenge my friends to try to steal them. And obviously, they're not going to have any idea that there's a vault underneath my base where all my brainrots are hiding in, so they're going to have absolutely no idea what to do. But anyways, the first thing that we need to do in order to build this vault is, of course, build the vault. So let me go into the chat and I need to run the command ;B tools. Boom. There we go. Now I've got access to this building tool block over here. Of course, I talked to my admin buddy on Steal a Brainrot and he hooked me up with this. But now that we've got the building tool, let me open up the Explorer over here. And the first thing that we need to do is find where our base is. I'm thinking that we dig out the vault somewhere. Wait, hold on a second. What if we put it like underneath the yellow lock thing? That would be so sick, so that whenever you stand on here, it like drops you inside of the bunker. That would be sick. All right, well, first things first, let's go ahead and find our base. Let's just go ahead and click on all of the bases over here inside of the building tools menu. And oh, I found my base. Let me rename it to dash base over there. And now that we have my base selected, if we open up the folder, we can go ahead and find exactly what block this ground over here is. So let me just click on all these blocks. Oh, I think it's inside of this block over here. Aha, I found it. All right, look, so I've got the ground selected. Now let's go ahead and just make a small little incision in the ground, just like that. An incision is like a cut, by the way. That's what incision means. Everyone knows that, actually. I don't know why I said that. Now let's go ahead and extend this out a little bit like this so that we've got a hole. Okay, this is looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and clone this piece one more time. We need to have the hole only be underneath the yellow lock button. We don't want it to be on the sides over here. So let's cover those up. And okay, now can we go through this? I think I can. I think that works pretty good. All right, next thing that we need to do, which is going to be a little bit harder to do than cutting the hole in the floor of the base. We need to cut a hole in the floor of the map now. And for that, let me go over here. I'm just going to zoom all the way out and let's select the ground. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit more risky than messing around in the inside of my base, because now if I do something wrong, my friends are going to be able to see it. Let's just go ahead and find the ground. Where could it possibly be? It's probably somewhere inside of this map folder, I'm thinking. Aha, I found it. Ground. There we go. Okay, so we've got the ground selected. Although, is this the real ground or is this like... Ah, look at that. It's like an invisible barrier thingy. So let's delete that. We don't need that ground. There we go. Fake ground deleted. And now we have full access to select the real ground. Boom. There we go. Okay, I just clicked onto the ground. Luckily, Anne's base is over there and Baby Dash's base is over there. So if I go ahead and just make a slight little opening inside of the ground over here, I gotta be really quick with this. I don't think anyone's gonna notice. Let me just quickly cut a portion of the base like that. And then let's clone the ground and then quickly move it back over here. Aha, there we go. All right, nothing ever happened. Nobody saw that one bit. Now let's go ahead and open up this other side of the ground over here. This is so tricky. I need to do this without getting caught. I need to be super duper stealthy. Okay, here, I need to go ahead and open up this part of the ground a little bit. There we go. We're literally just doing the exact same thing as what we did inside of my base, except on a slightly larger scale. All right, let's clone that, move it over here. And dude, I've got some really cool ideas for this vault. I definitely want to build one of those giant vault doors, you know, like the ones that they have at banks. That's going to be absolutely essential for this vault. We're also going to need to build a bunch of traps, specifically a bunch of traps with lasers. I want to have all of my brainrots inside of the vault be protected by lasers, where whenever I press on the yellow button over here, it activates all of them. All right, but now I think we've got some space underneath the base. I think we've got a little bit of room to work with. Let me just go ahead and run over the lock base button without falling in. And now we should be good to jump inside of the hole. Before I do that though, let me just put my camera in here and zoom out. How far can I zoom out if I go here? Okay, not very far it seems. I gotta do a little bit of testing. I don't want to just jump into the hole and fall out of the map. So let me go ahead and just... This is gonna be tough to do. Let's just go over here and then open up the floor a little bit. There we go. And then underneath the map, let's put a little floor where I can land on once I jump in. There we go. Just like that. Okay, now I can safely enter the pit of death without having to die. All right, great. Let's go test this thing out. Let's try jumping inside of the hole right over here. Wait, hold on a second. Bro, you can see part of the hole. That's kind of a problem. We need to make sure that the hole is covered up fully. And oh, I actually got a really great idea on what to do for this. I don't know why I didn't think of doing this the first time. Let me go back inside of my base folder and let's go ahead and you see this floor block over here? Let's go ahead and clone that. Move it over here so that there's no visible holes underneath the yellow button. And let's just set the collision of this to off. That way we can just go straight through it. And if I stand in the right spot. Oh, wait, it's actually kind of hard to get in here. Oh, there we go. Okay, it's not that hard. We can drop inside of the undercover vault. Whoa, this goes to the void. Anyways, now that we've got this little underground area of the base, the next thing that we need to do is actually build the vault itself. And for that, let's go ahead and turn this little block that we're standing on into a staircase. Let me just quickly jump. Oh, wait, this is hard to do. Whenever I move it, it's going to make me fall through it. So let me just quickly jump, move it, and then I got to land back on it. This is like kind of sketchy. Okay, there we go. We've got a little bit of space. Actually, undo. I want it over here. Let's go ahead and make this piece look studded so that it looks like it's from Steel Brainrot. And then we can make it gray as well so that it looks super intense, like a bank vault. And now it is time to make some little stairs. Actually, forget stairs. We're going all out with this thing. We need to make a ramp. What type of bank vault has stairs? We need a ramp for rolling down all of our Brainrots. That's going to be very, very important. Let's move the ramp down over here like that. And it's looking a little bit weird. Hold on. We got to put it in the perfect spot. Let's move it up a little bit. Like, oh, okay. Now it's looking even worse. We need to move it a little bit this way like that. There we go. Okay. Now I think it's in the, perfect spot. All right. That looks pretty good. Let's go over here now and we must extend the ramp. First, let's shorten it a little bit on these sides and then we can extend it to go down into the vault area of the base. Now, I've got an entire idea for how I want this thing to look. It's all in my mind. All I got to do is make it real. First thing that we got to do, of course, is set a floor for the vault. We need to set a central floor area that is going to act as the main floor for the vault, obviously. Ooh, wait, actually, hold on. Change of plan. I just got a really cool idea. What if we make it kind of like a hallway? We can have this staircase lead you down into this room over here, which is going to be kind of like a hallway. And then there will be a hallway that goes forward here that will take you into the bank vault. Let's clone this piece and then make it way longer like that so that we can form a little bit of a hallway. And then at the end of this area is where we can put the actual vault itself. One thing though, I think we should make the vault go a little bit lower in the ground. Yeah, because right now this is kind of like high up close to the floor. Or wait, actually, instead of making our vault go lower down, why don't we just make the roof go higher up? Look at that. The grass technically only needs to be one layer wide, so I don't see why we didn't just do this earlier. There we go. Let's just do this with all the grass in the map. Yeah, why not? I don't think we have any exposed holes. Oh, that was an accident. Hold on, I gotta run back in my base quickly before anybody sees what's going on. I should probably also lock the base. All right, let's lock it. Hop down here and... Oh, I see why we didn't want to make the grass super thin. Now there's no walls over here. Okay, we'll add walls in a second, but let me grab the building tools again first. Okay, there we go. We've now got some walls around this area. It's kind of a little bit dark in here though, so why don't we go ahead and add a light? I think a light could look really, really nice in this place. Plus, inside of all of the actual Steel Brainrot bases, there's like a light fixture. So this will be very, very fitting to the Steel Brainrot style. Let's go ahead and put down like a line of blocks right over here like this. And then in order to turn this into a light, all we gotta do is just inside of the building tools, go into the light tab, hit spotlight, and then let's make this a little bit brighter. What about like 10? Okay, there we go. That's kind of bright. Wait, it's only pointing in one spot though. We need to change it to a surface light, I think. Okay, I think that's working. Let's set the side to back. No. Left? Ah, there we go. Now it's lighting up this room. Oh, this looks so cool. We can also go ahead and change the color of this to like bright white, and we can change the material to something else that would fit like a light. What would be fitting for a light? What about like ice? Yeah, you know what? That looks kind of like... All right, perfect. We've got our light. Now the next thing that we need to do is let's go down here and continue working on the actual vault itself. I'm thinking for now, we can just put together the vault. We can just build it in this open area. And then later, once it's all done, then we can start putting walls on the whole thing. All right, so this is going to be the vault room over here. The first thing that we need to add in order to separate the vault room from the rest of the hallway is the vault door. Now, this is the part that I'm most excited about. I gotta think, how do I make a working vault door? There's gotta be something that we can do here that could be cool. Wait, I have an idea. What if we have the vault door be controlled by the yellow button up there? We can have a bunch of lasers around the vault door that will only open up whenever you allow friends to enter your base. You know, like the allow friends to enter your base button over there? Oh, this is gonna be so sick. All right, but in order to build a vault, the first thing that we need to do is build a circle, because I don't want to build like a square vault door. I want to build a fancy circular vault door. So how do we do that? Is there any like thing that I can put down that... Wait, hold on, what is this? Tool? What in the world is a tool? Oh, I just picked it up. Wait, what? You can do that? That's sick. All right, well, I don't really want this tool, so I'm gonna drop it. Let me think though. What could we do here? How do we make a circular hole? Okay, you know what? I got an idea. We can use very, very tiny blocks. We're just gonna build a circle pixel by pixel. First things first though, let's make sure that this area is even. So how many pixels do we have on the left versus the right? Let's count. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then on the other side, we got 15, 16, 17. Okay, perfect. That means that if we move this over here, we now have 16 on this side and 16 on this side. I guess that's not an even number of pixels, but that's fine. That's actually exactly what I wanted. Okay, so now this block over here is centered. Let's go ahead and move it up a little bit. And okay, this is how we're gonna build the circle. So let's have one block there, another block over here, and another one over here. Or wait, no, hold on. This is, I don't know how to build a circle, guys. I'm not gonna lie. This is harder than I thought. Okay, I have an idea. Let's move this block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks that way. I don't know why I talked like this. The whole thing was about to explode. I think this is starting to get circleified. Yeah, look at this. Starting to get a little bit of a circle going here. The great thing about this is that we only need to build the circle on one side, and then we can just copy it over to the other. I hope I can actually make a good looking circle, because if not, that's gonna be very embarrassing. Wait, hold on, what am I doing? I just realized I can literally put a cylinder right here exactly in the center of the circle, and then just use this as a guide. Yeah. This is gonna be way easier than what I was doing before. So let's just put that there. Now we can get a way more accurate looking circle. Yeah, I think this should be about big enough. You can fit like, yeah, you can fit enough people in there. All right, now we can actually start playing around with this much easier. All right, let's go ahead and begin with our circle. So let's put one piece there, another piece there. Oh, this is looking so circular. Oh yeah. Another piece over there, another piece up there. And yeah, we just have to make one side, and then we can just copy and paste this on the other side. There we go. Okay, this part's going to be a little bit tricky. Do I make it go in over here or what? Yeah, I think this could be good. Okay, so now we just got to copy the little pattern that we got going on over here. I really hope that this is going to look good once I remove the circular guide in the middle. I think it will though. I think we're on a good track here. There we go. Let's move that piece up. And now we should be able to just clone 2 more pieces of this. And okay, perfect. I think we have a circle now. You know what? It's not the worst thing. All right, let's select all of these little pixels over here. Or wait. Before we select all these, let's go ahead and make them go down so that it actually fills in the wall. Oh yeah. Wait, this is exactly what I was hoping for. We're actually starting to get like a circular hole in the wall. Okay, now what we gotta do is select all of these just like that. Did I get them all selected? I think I did. And now let's go ahead and hit clone, rotate by 180 degrees. And wait, I just realized we haven't even started working on the inside of the vault yet. That's fine though. We're gonna get on that in a moment. Dude, this actually looks pretty good. This actually looks like a circle. Now that we've got the circle part of the vault done, it is time to add in the lasers. Before we do that though, let's go ahead and make the walls a little bit nicer here. Oh yeah, this is looking so vault-like. Anyone who says otherwise is mistaken. All right, I think that's looking pretty good. Sure, the vault looks a little bit like an egg, but you know what? What vault doesn't look like an egg from time to time? This vault is so strong that it will never be cracked like an egg. Actually, no, I hate the egg look. Let's just move it down a little bit. There we go. Now it still looks very much like an egg. All right, you know what? I guess we're just gonna go with the egg look. Now what we need to do is let's go upstairs in our base and I have no way to get up here. I hope nobody robbed my base in the meantime. I don't think they did because I would see it obviously. Let's add a little ladder here so that we can get back up. Oh, this ladder is not nearly in the right spot. We need to put the ladder down right here. Okay, now can I use this to get back up? Let's see. Will I even be able to fit through here? I don't think this is gonna work. Yeah, we need to move this a little bit more to the left. Oh no, this is gonna look kind of ugly. It's gonna look off center. All right, how does this look? Let's see. Can we actually get up through this? Almost. It's getting there. What about like this? Bro, I still can't get up. You know what? We might need to have an easier... Maybe this vault is like... it's a feature that you can't get up. Oh, there we go. Now we can get up. Okay, but now that I've locked my base, here's what I want to do. Let's go back inside of the Explorer and let's go into our plot and then the laser folder. And then let's just go ahead and select this laser, clone it, and bring it down into the vault. Oh, yes. This is going to be so sick. This is what's going to allow us to control the vault door with the allow friends button over here. Let me just get down inside the vault. Wait, how am I? Oh, no. Hey, there we go. I'm down. Okay. Now that we have this laser here, pretty much whenever I hit the toggle friends button, my friends are going to be able to go through this laser. But if I don't press the button, if I don't activate the allow friends, then they're not going to be able to go in. Okay, let's put the laser right over here. Wait, this looks so legit. Look, I built the wall the perfect height of the laser. Let's move this out over... No, we can actually have it inside like that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Maybe we can even move it like right in the middle of the door. Something like that. Yeah, look at that. Let's move it a little bit to the left. Boom. We've got ourselves our first laser. Now we just gotta clone it, move it over here, clone it, move it over here, and then just repeat that a bunch of times. And these locks, these lasers over here, they should be synced up with the actual lasers on my base. So if I press the yellow button, then it'll turn them on. Like if my base is unactivated and I press the yellow button, it should turn them all on. Same with the allow friends through thing. There we go. Okay, this should look really sick once it's done. Dude, tell me that doesn't look sick. This is the coolest looking Steel Brainrot base ever. All right, right, so now that we've got all of these done, one thing I want to try doing, this is going to be a little bit of a risk here, but you know, I'm a very risk taker guy. Let's put all of these inside of a folder. I'm just going to name this door lasers, and then let me clone it all. And I wonder what it would look like if we rotate this by 180 degrees. Oh, dude, look at that. We got the crisscross applesauce pattern. One slight problem though, there's one laser missing down here. That looks terrible. We're going to need to fix that. Let me select the laser that's right over here and then clone it and then move it down. Boom, there we go. Now this looks great. Bro, we also have one laser missing over here. Oh my goodness, this is terrible. Let me go back into the door lasers option and then clone this and then move it here. What am I doing? Oh my goodness, wait. Move it here. There we go. Now this looks sick. Oh my goodness, dude, this is actually the vault's door of death. What is this? Why is there a random laser inside? What? Why do I have this selected? Why is this second? Whose laser is this? Get that laser out of here. That laser is not supposed to be here. I only want this one selected. What is going on, bro? I can only select like one laser at a time. I think my building tools are broken. What happens if I delete these lasers? Oh, I just hit the delete button and this laser is not going away. But wait, look at this. The base just opened up and now the lasers are gone, which means that if I go up over here, then, oh my goodness, bro, I gotta climb this ladder the right way. Oh, there we go. Lock the base. Now if I go back, look at that. The lasers are locked again. This is so sick how they remotely lock and everything. Okay, now does this look good though? Yeah, there we go. All right, so now we've got the crisscross applesauce pattern. Actually, it looks a lot more like apple pie. You see how the lines are like crossing each other? That's fine. That's fine. That looks cool. Oh, look, we even have like a wall back over here because of the edges of the lasers. But now it is time to build the vault. And the vault itself is probably just going to be pretty simple. What I'm thinking we could do is just go up to the base. Actually, I can probably just do this from down here. Inside of the base folder, let's select the animal podiums. Conveniently for us, the animal podiums are right here inside of this folder. Let's select one of the animal podiums and then hit clone and then bring it down here and boom, look at that. We've got our very own private animal podium right down here in the convenience of our vault. Let's just go ahead and rotate this a little bit. Oh, why is it rotating like that? That's weird. Let's rotate it there and then bring it over here. And one more thing that we should do. Let's make the floor here a little wider. There we go. We can also make the floor inside of the vault a little bit brighter. Maybe not that bright, but I think this place should look a little bit friendlier than the hallway, because you know, once you've made it through the vault, once you're inside, then you've done it. You're successfully inside the vault. You deserve to have some nice looking floors, if you know what I mean. Let's move this over here, and then yeah, now we can just clone a bunch of these so that I can fit as many brain rots as I want in here. There we go. We've got these 3 cloned. Okay, actually, in order to make this faster, we can just select all of these and clone them all at the same time. Oh yeah, there we go. All right, I think that's enough animal podiums over here. Now let's select all of the ones that we just created, clone them, and then, oh boy, this is a lot of animal podiums. Rotate them 180 degrees. There we go. Uh-oh, what in the world is that I have selected over there? I'm just gonna hope that that's not actually an item that I have selected in the ground, and I hope that that's just a glitch. Let's move this right over here, and then a little bit this way. And all right, all we gotta do is just add the walls, and then I can bring my friends in here. And boom, I have just completed adding the walls. I've also added a couple of lights and just overall a couple of other features to make this vault look absolutely insane. And I think this thing turned out pretty good. One last thing that I need to do. Why in the world is there a random light sticking out here? You know what? It's fine. It doesn't affect the security of the base. One last thing that I need to do now, though, is just call my friends over and see if they are going to be able to find the vault or not. And if they are, if they can get inside without me opening up the base. Yo, guys.
Hey, Dash, how's it going? You finally ready to play with us?
Yeah, wait, are you ready? Do you have any good brain rots right now that I can steal?
You know what? I might have some brain rots that you guys can steal.
You have a lot of good stuff in your base.
What in the world? I didn't know you had 2 e-socks.
I have a lot of good stuff in my base, guys, obviously. But what if I were to tell you that all of my best brain rots are actually somewhere else?
What do you mean by somewhere else?
Well, like on another account?
No, not on like another account. What if I told you that some of my best brain rots are actually somewhere else inside of my base?
Well, you don't have anything on your 3rd floor.
You have another spaghetti toiletti on the 2nd, though. I'll take that one.
No, guys, you're not getting it. Not on my 2nd or 3rd floor. But somewhere inside of my base, I've got a place with a lot more brain rots hidden in it. Yep.
Like a secret room or something?
Hold on. Did one of the admins give you something special again?
Just maybe, potentially.
I don't see any secret doors or anything here.
I'm trying to hack Dash's message history right now to see if he talked with any Steal a Brainrot admins.
Yo, hey, don't try to hack my message. What's wrong with you? Stop. Don't do that.
Ow, why'd you just kill me?
I didn't kill you. That was you. Okay, but you know what, guys? I'll give you a hint. The hidden area is somewhere next to my lock base button.
Over here? Hey, maybe we have to like jump on the button. Maybe we both have to jump on it.
Possibly. What is this?
Wait, what? Whoa, what? Dad, you asked me to explain to you.
Hey guys, so that's just my secret room. But hey, there's a vault near at the end if you want to get anything.
Whoa, Whoa, you got a huge root over there.
Wait, I see brainrot slots. Wait, what the? I can't go through it.
Let me guess. The lasers just turned on?
Whoa, you got remote-controlled lasers here?
Mm-hmm. This is my very special Brainrot vault. And, yeah, no unauthorized visitors. Sorry, guys.
Hold on, you don't even have anything in there.
Yeah, but this is where I'm going to start moving my Brainrots from now on.
Hold on, how do I get one of these? This is so unfair. Is this like a new rebirth or something?
No, guys, it's not a new rebirth or something.
How did you make this?
With skills?
How long did you make? Okay, hold on a second. Your base was like locked the entire time you were here. You said you were trying to get money for a rebirth.
Well, I may or may not have lied about that. I may or may not have just been building this the whole time. But, yeah, I'll see you guys later. You guys can leave my vault. Actually, hold on a second. You guys stay right there.
Okay.
This vault, it actually has an automatic security system, and you guys are welcome to leave.
What just happened to the ground?
Wait, that was sick. Sure, that wasn't automatic, but that was still pretty cool.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna sneak in here as soon as your base opens up.
Yeah, well, you know what? I think I'm gonna leave the game.
No, don't leave the game.
I need to join my other server and move all my brainrots down here. Anyways, I'll see you guys later.
Okay, and we need to build one of those things too. How in the world did he even get that?
I don't even know. He's got a lot of crazy stuff going on in Steal a Brainrot.
That was pretty crazy, and if you want to watch the next video, then click on the video on the screen right now.